We are absolutely smashing it on the Zero to Hero series. In this series, what we're always looking to do is scout the market for those nominally priced players that can reinforce our batch of zeros that we've already accumulated to take on the leaderboard and win the biggest prizes in whatever special weekly is in front of us. In each one of these scouting videos, as I'm sure plenty of you guys know already, we give away a limited card. And in this video, we're going to be giving away our Captain Supremo that helped us to victory in the anti-stack competition this game week, where we got into the nosebleeds. We're pulling out a juicy box. We're actually getting a wee bit of market credit as well on top of that. We also picked up a limited box from one of the warm-up competitions where you only need to have one limited card that you've picked up. If you are brand new to Sorare and you haven't opened up your account yet, there's a link in the description in this video that will get you $50, pounds, euros, whatever your currency is, of credit to open up your account and get started and reinforce your squad and all that good stuff. And that's who those competitions are aimed for, is anyone just starting out. But with the special weekly competitions that we're targeting, every scouting manager around Sorare that's been around the block once or twice has been getting involved in the comment section like mad to, you know, try and win some of the cards that we're giving away, of course, but with some fantastic suggestions into the special weeklies that we're doing as well. And they're not called Sorare Scouts and Managers for no reason. Now, the card giveaways are done in the comment sections of the video, so we'll be giving away our captain from last week's video in the video today, so you'll see who won that. If you want to get involved in the card giveaway that we're doing as we scout the next special weekly, you need to get involved in the comment section of this one. If you are brand new to the channel and you haven't hit the subscribe button already, please do. It means a lot to me. We just recently broke through 10,000 subscribers earlier on this season, and we're charging our way up the rankings. We're looking to get as big and as great as we can, essentially. I don't know where we should say 11k is next, or 15, or 20, or whatever. But anyway, yeah, whatever the next one is, we're going for it. 20, 15, I don't know. At any point in the video, if you do laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do not forget to hit the like button as well. Just let YouTube know you're having a good time, that you enjoyed the video, and maybe somebody else might like it. You can get involved in the card giveaways as well, which just means more suggestions. But yeah, let's just get stuck straight into it, because like I mentioned, we got into the nosebleeds on the anti-stack special weekly. We brought in Manfred Ugalde, who was our captain, and smashed out an 80 with one decisive. Absolutely mammoth. Did exactly what we wanted him to do, and spending that £7 on a guy like that who really did have the fixture, the form, fitness, everything was in his favour. He really did come in, and you know, we can't really ask too much more of our captain, especially at the price point we found him at. We also brought in Austin Trusty after the video, so we've seen the Celtic Aberdeen lineup for £4 or something like that, and again I think an 82 pointer out of him. He's definitely job done. We got the clean sheet with Kujakov. Sadly, he lost a little bit of AA he got in this game down to getting booked. Ego Aspas off the bench with an 85, an MLS Cup finalist runner-up Emil Forsberg. We did cheap out on him, like we didn't go and reinforce that position. We didn't play Teji either. I don't think Teji done much better, to be quite frank. And when we look at how far away we were from like a better reward, like I definitely feel some of the picks that we've seen that were like £1 or two for midfield, we could have probably brought into this squad to reinforce that Forsberg position, and we could have got ourselves quite feasibly another 12 to 36 points here, and we could have got into the £10 zone in a slightly better box, I think. But further and beyond that, we scored very, very well. You know, 3 80s in outfield, a clean sheet goalkeeper. You know, it's really hard to ask for much, much more. And when you see how many points we were away from the tippy top, you know, you've just got to tip your cap to this guy. 571 points. Captain Hakimi, Berardi, Otamendi with a 100, and his goalkeeper got 100 with his XP bonus. You know, it's maybe like high 90s there. Noah Lang, triple decisive. What a team. He's won himself a bag of sand and a bit of a meh box, but I'm pretty sure he'll be quite chuffed with the old bag of sand he'll be picking himself up. And he was 30 points clear of second and third, by the way, a real whisker in between them. We see some reoccurring faces here, and some usual suspects perhaps. But wow, look at this guy's team. He gets Schmeichel. I thought somebody might have had Schmeichel up the top here because he scored. I thought, you know, if you've got Schmeichel in goal, surely it's a huge advantage. He'll be kind of kicking himself. He's played Haaland there on a 65 when you see the likes of Berardi and whatever floating about, because Hakimi, Captain Barco, even Tavernier with a 96, like he could have, you know, he finished on 541. Imagine he had Berardi up front. That might have been the biggest, would that be the biggest points ever, by the way? GG's, by the way, very well competed, and we're not even looking at the rest of the top 5 or the top 10.
Now this year, in the absence of Football Manager 25, I've went out and found a new Football Manager game for me to play and get stuck in with this year. It's called Meta Football League MFL. It's all based on fictional clubs and players. You open your own club, you name it, you design the badge, and with some of the AI image generation that's out there, there's some really fun and interesting clubs that people have made in this game. And it's basically an open network match where you're always competing against other real players that have their own squads, their own players that they're developing and bringing through the ranks across a number of different divisions depending on what level of the game you choose to enter. You're competing for glory, you're competing for recognition, of course, on the leaderboards, but there's also actual money attached to these competitions as well, where it's not just you playing Football Manager and just like, oh, I'm going to win the Champions League with my favourite team. You can actually take on other managers from around the world and compete for cash. If you're interested in checking out MFL, I've got a bunch of videos on the channel that show you how to open an account and beginner mistakes to avoid and that sort of thing. And by clicking on the link that's in the description of this video, you'll get all the beginner Brucey bonus free stuff to get yourself started, as well as supporting me and all the content here at the channel. So I thank you in advance if you do so. If you get stuck or if you've got any questions with starting up on MFL, jump into the comment sections and I'll come and sort you out. So I think for a batch of zeros, I think for, you know, the nominally priced budget we're on here, we kind of did as well as could have been done, you know, without going and getting Barcos, Schmeichels, you know, these types of players, you know, where we're never going to get into, you know, we wanted to get into the $30 zone. That was 80 points away, you know. We couldn't have just got that from Forsberg because it would have been Captain Ugalde. We would have had to have found another captain to be a midfielder who then brought in a 100 to make a significant points difference. Had to brought in an extra 110, and that would have put us into this category here. So I suppose maybe spending like how much was Barco? Like 30 quid. If we spent the 30 additional quid on Barco, that would have took the upgrade price of the squad to like 50 quid, and I guess that would have probably been worth it. Interesting. Let me know, you know, maybe thoughts and feelings in the comment section on that one. And the box we're picking up here is actually kind of exciting because all the other boxes, is you'll see the one that we get from Premier League warm-up, they don't leave much to the imagination, let's say. So we're really crossing our fingers we don't get bloody level ups out of this, because that's the last thing that we need on this series is level ups for sure. But in Premier League warm-up we finished 75th. Daniel Munoz got the goal against Man City, but we got a DNP goalkeeper, which is maybe less than other people got necessarily because of the Liverpool game being called off. If we had a goalkeeper that even just played, we would have got up and would have got a better box, but we're getting the box that guarantees us 2 essence. At the moment we have 7, so when we open that box we'll get to 9. Now basically means out of the big fancy box we need like a 20 or something anyway. So with how long and how hard it's taken us to get to this stage on essence, let's see how we do in the next special. Of course, I think I really do want to hold this on to like 100 points, maybe 50, because when I do pull this, I'm going to be giving it away to you guys, and I really don't want it to be a buffer. Maybe need to do a little bit better on a wee bit of passive rivals hustling that I thought we would do with this account, but we haven't already. So we'll give away to a random comment on the anti-stack video, Manfred Ugalde, who, like I say, came in absolutely as expected, so tip our cap off to him. And we want to get him straight out into someone's club so they can start training him up and get his XP up, etc. So that when Russia comes back from their winter break, he can be as effective for them as possible. And in the exact same vein, in this video in the comment section, we're going to give away Juan Brunetta, who, you know, his season's essentially just about finished already in Mexico, and it'll be a wee while before he comes back, but a key player, an absolute boss unit of a midfielder in this region, especially now that he's kind of found his feet and got slightly better form. And again, similar to the Manfred, I want to get him out there into your club as soon as possible so you can get him leveled up and all the rest of it. And that means we'll still have the Daniel Kujakov. That card, we're actually giving that away to a separate video on the channel, so you can still go and get involved in that giveaway if you haven't done so already. And it's the backup goalkeeper video. Now I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already, because I've actually been eating my own lunch from that video with some of the transfers and some of the cards I've been buying for my main account already. So, you know, no matter where you are on your Sorare journey, I definitely recommend you check that video out if you haven't done so already. And if you do get involved in the comments, you can still win yourself a Daniel Kujakov, which is a fun card, in season also. Now we're going to get a second or maybe a third bite at the cherry with this Kujakov play that we've managed to do on this account, and we're going to play him in the midweek under 23s again. Now I don't think he's got a great game. Lille are actually one of the teams of the Champions League so far this year. Lille are at home, Sturm Graz are away. I don't think it's going to go very well for him, but hey, let's just roll the dice with it. He could save a penalty, he could make a clearance off the line or last man tackle, whatever that other dodgy assist is that some of the goalkeepers can get. And then, you know, the defender, I didn't put much thought into it, to be honest with you. Well, we maybe double check that. The rest of the plays I'm really happy with. I think Samu at home to Midtjylland should be good. Musiala, Shakhtar, Bischoff against, is that Stoya?
Stoya Bucharest, I'm sure that was. I looked into it earlier. Very good games. Now, there's a lot of good looking defenders here, but actually looking at the fixtures and stuff, there's not that many that are like, oh yeah, he's a winner, he's going to do great in this game week. You could maybe plumb for a Guardiola because it could be very AA active. Adam Barrow's been handy at home at Dinamo. That could be, maybe we take Adam Barrow. Saliba at home at Monaco. PSG playing Salzburg away. Now, Zagreb beats Salzburg away. I actually don't mind Thomas Araujo because I don't think Bologna are that good up front, and Benfica at home. Yeah, I think I might take Thomas Araujo for this. I was close there with Otavio from Porto because it's just I think it's a decent game for Porto. So yeah, we'll go after that, which is great. But the thing we're really looking at in this video today is ultra attacking. Now, there's actually 2 special weeklies open in this game week. The underdog one isn't one for the Zero to Hero series because of the way just where the current gallery is sitting, the current zeros that we've accumulated and we're holding in the gallery. It's an L15 of 45 or below. This is a fantastic competition for anyone that does have like an established gallery. You do have those extra collection pieces or squad players that don't always make your best lineups, but hey, they might have a good game, or they're just coming back off the bench regularly, maybe getting a start again. Could be a number of different things. There's 7 star limiteds available in this one, so it's a pretty decent price pool. It pays all the way back to the top 450, and then there's percentage payouts guaranteed for some boxes, which is fun. But in ultra attacking, we get star limiteds for the top 10, so this makes me think this is definitely the one to focus on anyway. The tail payout goes all the way to 670, and then again we've got percentage payout on boxes, and the criteria for this is a lot of fun. The defender and the extra position must be forwards. So we're going to take Ryman in goals because he's our 0 goalkeeper. In defence, are we going to take Moreno at home to Betis or Aspas away to Sevilla? Now, Aspas didn't start the last game, so maybe he starts this one. So let's go with Aspas. In midfield, we only have Teji, so that's fine, at home to Nice. They play midweek, so maybe that's not too bad. And then we only have Jerry. Now, we need 1 forward minimum. Now, we actually just need forwards, period. If we find a bunch that are like super cheap and super good, maybe we actually just buy 2 of them or something like that. Or maybe we do buy all 3. Maybe we learn the Forsberg lesson and, well, I suppose then we're looking to replace Teji because Teji's probably not optimal. So yeah, I think we'll start with the forward categories. I think that's where everything is kind of won and lost on this one. What 3 forwards can you put together? And what sort of score? Like, these guys are both, they've kind of both got the right game and the right profile. But it's just hard to go, oh yeah, Moreno's at home at Betis, that'll be great, and oh yeah, away to Sevilla after they just ran Atletico Madrid really close in the Wanda. That's not going to be easy either, but you need AA, you need decisives, you need big important players. That's what strikers are. They are match winners. You need them to have matches that are, you know, worth winning and the team are geared towards going after in some manner. So they're not total down and outs, they're not totally hopeless in that regard. Now I've run on to the Sorare data matchups tab for this weekend, and I've just tried to pull out the best games that I think that have good probabilities of not really the win, but 3 goals scored or, you know, high scoring fixture, particularly for a home team, if at all possible. And let's just see what the market kind of offers this year. So Dries Mertens is up in that Ugalde range, which is kind of borderline 0 or not. Ideally we're looking for guys, yeah, Samu's 20 quid, Lang's a tenner. Lang's not bad for a tenner, but these are the guys that should be the most, amongst the most likely to have a pretty good game and smash off. Now, Ferran Torres is a little funny one, by the way, because he's just been coming back into the fold. And, you know, with them being playing Dortmund in the Champions League, Yamal's going to start, and Ferran Torres has been like relief for him since he's kind of came back over these last 3 games. And again, even from the bench, Ferran Torres, like, he's just decisive capable. Now, he's not a high scorer, but under £3, he's certainly the best points per pound this year, but the points, there's not many of them. There's not many pounds either, so like that's the ratio we're playing with here. And yeah, I suppose you kind of need to pay a bit more for goals, don't you? Because looking at anything from these top clubs that have a really likely outcome, a really dependable outcome, you might say, and a decent cohort of guys to choose from. You know, Louis 15 quid, Dries is 8 quid. I think Dries is probably, yeah, the best value here. I'm not going to lie, I'm finding this quite tough to decide what direction, what plan of attack to go down, because it's how high will the scores be? Because if there's 3 forwards going in, if anyone plays this with any degree of strength like we've seen in anti-sacks, there's players like Berardi's out there that for forward cards will just score 80 or 90 points. Now granted, there's not actually that many of them, and Berardi and 1 or 2 others could be kind of isolated. So then you're looking at the field and you're after guys that are going to at least break the 60. You know, that feels like the benchmark for like just minimum, you know, guarantee. But like I've said quite often with the forward cards, you're always after a guy that can bring a bit of AA to the party, as well as maybe be multi-decisive depending on the style of player in the game and whatever. So Go back to the drawing board. I've kind of looked at Gladbach and Salzburg matches a little bit differently, and I actually like some of the options we've got here. In terms of SO5 wise for Salzburg, it only really appears to be that Dorgales is the guy that has that really solid like 10-ish all around. And then, yeah, can he get a decisive? They're at home to Klagenfurt. They have 60% chance of scoring 3 goals in this one. Not only could he get his 10 AA, but he might actually get 2 decisives in a game like this, and then he would be fantastic. Maybe there's also a case here for going Ratkov. Actually, I never really thought about him. If he's back now, yeah, I think I like both of them as a pair, actually. And I really like this pair of Kleindenheist and Playa because Mönchengladbach, they are at home to hosting Kiel. And this feels like a game where they're going to win and they could score a couple of goals. They've got a decent odds probability of scoring 3. And Playa is a guy that, yeah, is, you know, scores aren't always great, but if he gets a decisive, he does 70. Like, that's quite clear here. Sadly, the double decisive on this occasion didn't quite push him into the high scores, but again, that's against Heidenheim. And if we look at home or away, wouldn't you know it? This guy likes playing at home, doesn't he? So, Playa feels like the cheap way of getting a Kleindenheist, although Kleindenheist isn't much different of a player. Maybe he's a wee bit more in form, perhaps. But again, yeah, even with double decisives on a few occasions there, he's not really been bringing big all around. Heidenheim again, triple decisive for an 85. Again, he likes playing at home. So yeah, I think we learn from the Forsberg principle and we bring in Nene Dorgales, a Peter Ratkov, Time Kleindienst. I'm sure that's how I'm going to say it. And of course, the one and the only Alisson Playa. And for a combined squad cost, or upgrade cost if you like, of £10.65, I think we've got 4 guys here that could all go out this weekend, get 1 decisive, get into that realm of 70. But a few of them might actually, I'm hoping that they link up with each other, so we might get some double decisive action, like 1 goal actually helps us for 2 players. And their games are decent enough where I think 1 or 2 of them could do the 80, maybe could do the best performance we've seen in their recent scoring history. And really, I want to see a team of this strength get into the tier 3 category. And some of these cards, hey, Jota would be fun. A few of them aren't great, some of them are fine, but it's more the place on the leaderboard, what we're aiming for here. That top 300, get into the tier 3, can we push tier 2? If we got into the top 130, we would need a real stellar performance from the other positions as well, goalkeeper and midfield. So we're aiming for that top 300 spot where we get a premium box, where there's a good chance we get a nice chunk of essence out of that. And yeah, so we keep Ryman, I think we keep Teji. But between Aspas and Moreno, I'm happy to drop both of them, because I think between Dorgales, actually, I've bought 1 too many. I'm a tip. Ratkov feels like the captain to me. So when it comes to me a wee bit closer to the weekend, picking the lineups for the warm-up competitions, where we're pulling the Premier League box from this game week, where, yeah, we need to get into the top places for it to be super fun. We finished 75th last weekend in the Premier League one, and as we go to compete in the Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, Champ, Challenger, Contender, maybe even under 23 as well. We've just got some more options this game week, which is fine since I bought 1 card too many in form of the Alisson Playa, which is probably pretty decent actually, because the other option I have here is Henriks and playing Frankfurt after they've both played midweek. No thanks. So yeah, maybe putting Playa in here makes a team like this a bit more fun perhaps. So we're after a goal scorer in the form of Playa, not Ben Henriks, maybe doing something, getting a wee assist or whatever. Now don't forget to get into the comment section in this one and recommend your top forward plays for the ultra attacking special weekly we've got this coming weekend. I've went through my kind of scouting process and picked out who I think are the best bang for buck, the best zeros that could become heroes for us this game week. And for all you guys that got involved in the last video on Anti-Stack, you're all within a shot of winning this Manfred Ugaldi here. So thanks to everyone that got involved and good luck. On the next video, we'll find out who is the person in the comment section on this video that's going to win themselves the Juan Brunetta. We've got 24 entrants involved in this one, so congratulations in advance. Good luck to everyone involved. And again, I look forward to seeing all you guys in the comment sections down below. And yeah, don't forget to let me know your comments, thoughts and feelings on that Forsberg principle, as it were. And the winner is Miles is Tong. Thanks for the help. No problem, Miles. Congratulations, mate. And I hope you enjoy the Captain Manfred Ugaldi. I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. Good luck with all your scouting for the Ultra Attack Special Weekly this coming weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. On screen and now some other stuff that I've made that YouTube thinks you might enjoy. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you on the next one.